Mallard.
Mr Speaker, my question is to the Minister of Education and asks, does she stand by her statement in relation to the implementation of national standards, quote, the trustees who govern schools on behalf of communities and parents were extremely supportive?
The Honourable Anne Tolley.
Mr Speaker, yes.
The Honourable Trevor Mallard.
Question, Speaker. Did she read all letters and emails she received from trustees between the 2nd of July 2009 and the 13th of May 2010 on the national standards issue?
The Honourable Anne Tolley.
Mr Speaker, yes, I get a lot of emails and letters into my office and I attempt to read all of them.
The Honourable Trevor Mallard.
I seek leave to table a letter from Lorraine Kerr of the School Trustees Association complaining of the Minister not reading a briefing letter on national standards.
Order. Leave is sought to table that document. Is there any objection? There is no objection.
Supplement.
Louise Upston.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Supplementary to the Minister of Education. What reports has the Minister seen from the boards of trustees about national standards?
The Honourable Anne Tolley.
Mr Speaker, I've seen one report from a school board which said, quote, we believe that parents have a fundamental right to receive information regarding the progress of their child through the school, end quote. And this government agrees with them.
The Honourable Trevor Mallard.
What has led her to believe that boards of trustees are extremely supportive of national standards when of the 51 letters and emails she has received and released earlier this month, only one is supportive?
The Honourable Anne Tolley.
Well, Mr Speaker, if you take a quote out of context, it doesn't always work, because the quote in the primary question related to a press release I made after attending the national conference of the New Zealand School Trustees Association. And I can tell you they were extremely supportive of national standards. And I know because I was there and that member wasn't.
The Honourable Trevor Mallard. Order. Order. The Honourable Trevor Mallard.
Does she feel she has misled the public in claiming trustees are supportive of national standards when less than 2% of the correspondence she has received from trustees is supportive of the national standards, and she has publicly interpreted that as trustees being extremely supportive?
The Honourable Anne Tolley.
No, Mr Speaker, no. As I say, at the annual conference of the New Zealand School Trustees Association, the president of that association, who has been extremely supportive, and her executive of national standards got a standing ovation. I think that's a very good sign that that conference of 600 representatives were supportive of their stance.
Honourable Trevor Mallard.
Which of the following comments about national standards that she has received from boards of trustee members led her to believe that they are extremely supportive of those standards? Quote, we hold grave concerns, end quote. Quote, national standards will stifle student and teacher creativity, end quote. Quote, it is my opinion that this project will be best dropped, end quote. I wish to formally state my concerns against the proposed national standards, end quote. Or quote, we have decided we will not be implementing national standards at our school. Which of those from trustees, which are a representative sample from the 96% opposition in correspondence to her, lead her to believe that trustees are extremely supportive?
The Honourable Anne Tolley.
Mr Speaker, those individual boards and the individual members have every right to hold an opinion about anything that a government or an opposition does. However, boards of trustees are crown entities, and they have to obey the law of a democratically elected government. And if they don't, there are consequences.
Point of order, the Honourable Trevor Mallard.
Mr Speaker, I seek leave to table the entire correspondence the Minister has received from trustees that she released to me under the Official Information Act, which indicates that 96% of boards who have corresponded with her are opposed to the standard.
Leave us sort of table those documents. Is there any objection?
No, it's not. You're making...
Oh, there is objection. Rahui Katanei.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Order. Order. Now look, I've called Rahui Katanei. She's towards the back of the House and I want to be able to hear her supplementary question.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To the Minister, what involvement has there been with boards of trustees of Kura Kaupapa Māori and Kura a Iwi about the Ngā Whanaketanga Rumaka Māori, Māori Medium National Standards, and what has been the feedback from those trustees?
The Honourable Antoli.
Mr. Speaker, consultation and information gathering about Ngā Whanaketanga were based around 14 regional hui. These were held from March to May of this year and offered an opportunity for iwi, family, whānau, teachers and school leaders, and including boards of trustees, to provide feedback on these standards. More than 800 participants attended these, and feedback was received through both oral and written mediums. The third source of information is ongoing in-depth engagement from March to December of this year with the sector, including boards of trustees from 42 schools with Māori medium settings. And I think that's most of the feedback, I understand, has been extremely positive and constructive.
Question number 7, Sue Kedgley.